Hey guys, Warp24 here from MondayMorningMTG.com and MondayMTG on Twitter, and I have the Dragon's Maze event deck today. It took a little while for me to get, a couple of weeks, because my local store in my college town decided, or I pre-ordered it from them along with Modern Masters, and they weren't going to send everything until Modern Masters, which I was okay with, so I now have the event deck. Now, it's called Strength of Selesnya. The one thing about this deck is it's not just white-green like Selesnya. It also has black in it, which makes it a junk deck, because junk is white and green, and etc. so forth. And, of course, this is my only deck with me currently. Before this, I didn't have any Magic decks because I recently moved. So, very nice looking shiny box. I like the boxes and everything, but alright, here we go. We have our sideboard, our actual deck, the thing about how to play, which, like, if you're just starting out and you see this at a local game store, you probably should buy an event deck if you want to start playing in tournaments and such. And it also teaches you how to play. This tells you how to play the deck. I'm not actually going to read it out to you, but it tells you what's in there. It tells you how to play it, what to do with the sideboard, and gives you some tips on the back. It just talks about events, formats, etc. so forth. So this is actually a good thing to get new players to have, or you can just, as a new player, you can get a deck builder's toolkit, which I recommend a little bit more than the deck, but that's only if you're going to start building. If you just want to play with people in Friday Night Magic tournaments, etc., this is the best. Alright, let me see if they have it. Yep, there's the peel. There's nothing like fresh new Magic cards. It smells like card stock. Alright, so we have Doom Traveler. Oh, let me, there we go. We got 2 Doom Travelers in here. A couple Vitu-Ghazi Guild Mages. Now, Doom Traveler, it's just 1 white for a 1/1, and when it dies you put a 1/1 white spirit creature token on the battlefield. Vitu-Ghazi Guild Mage, white and green for a 2/2. You can pay 2 green and a white to populate, and pay 4 green and a white to put a 3/3 green centaur creature token on the battlefield. A little bit costly, but to each his or her own. Champion of Lambholt, double green and 1 for a 1/1. Creature with power less than its power can't block creatures you control, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of Lambholt. Actually, that's not bad. I could definitely do something with that, for sure. Alright, Wayfaring Temple, white, green, and 1 for star. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you populate. Odric Master Tactician, double white and 2 for a 3/4 with first strike, and when he and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. He's pretty good, but yeah. Continuing, Geist Honored Monk, double white and 3 for star. It's got Vigilance, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. And it enters battlefield, you put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying on the battlefield. Well, there go the creatures. We're already on enchantments now. Okay. Rancor, we have 2 Rancors, which a lot of people would definitely know this because it's used in almost every deck, or in most green decks. 1 green to enchant a creature, and it gets +2/+0 and gains trample, and when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it goes back to its owner's hand. Only way to get rid of it is to exile it or use a counter spell when it's cast, I believe. Yeah. Wake the Reflections, 1 white, and it's populate, and you get 4 of those. Nice. Intangible Virtue, 1 white and a colorless for creature tokens you control, you get +1/+1 Vigilance. You get 4 of those, even better. You could definitely use a playset of those. Call of the Conclave, white and green, and put 3/3 green centaur creature token on the battlefield. You get 4 of those. Nice play sets with these spells. Selesnya Charm, white and green. You can choose one. Target creature gets +2/+2 against trample until end of turn, or exile target creature with power 5 or greater, or put a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance on the battlefield. And I figured there'd be 4 of those. Lingering Souls, a white and 2, and you put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying on the battlefield. Flashback cost of a black and 1, and just 3. Still nice to have those. Rootborn Defenses, you get 3 of those. It's a white and 2, populate and creature controller indestructible this turn. Parallel Lives, a green and 3. If it's an enchantment, if an effect would put 1 or more tokens on the battlefield under your control, it puts twice that many of those tokens on the battlefield instead. This works great with Entreat the Angels, I believe, from Avacyn Restored. Anyway, continuing. Advent of the Worm, wonderful card here. White, double green, and 1. Put a 5/5 green worm creature token with trample on the battlefield. Last I checked, it's about $10, I think. He got a shiny new one. Growing Ranks, 2 and double hybrid white-green. At the beginning of your upkeep, populate. And, of course, the hybrid, it's double white, double green, or white and green for those 2. Increasing Devotion, double white and 3, put 5 1/1 white human creature tokens on the battlefield. If Increasing Devotion was cast from the graveyard, put 10 of those tokens on the battlefield instead. And flashback of double white and 7. Now we're to the Land Evolving Wilds. I figured there'd be 4 of those. We have a Godless Shrine, which already is about $12. So, Star City Games is selling this for 20. That's 22 already, not including the Rankers and all the other stuff in here. The Doomed Travelers, the Lingering Souls, the Charms, Intangible Virtue, Intangible Virtue and all of that. Alright, Godless Shrine. Yeah, Grove of the Guardian. That's nice. Of course, we're doing a lot of populate stuff here. 4 Selesnya Guild Gates. Those could definitely be replaced with something. If you were modifying this deck, replace these with Temple Gardens and or Sunpetal Grove. That's what it is. And also, same thing with the rest of the land. 5, 6, 7. 7 plains, 1 swamp, 6 forests. I'd probably make the swamp like a overgrown tome or something, and probably replace, and probably add in a Farseek or something. Evolving Wilds is okay if you're searching for the swamps, of course, but I would go with that many. I'd do Farseek and some Shocklands instead, but that's just my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it. Oh, I forgot. There's also one more thing in here. We have a Gatecrash Spin Down die. It's this is the Izzet colored, well, not Gatecrash, excuse me. Dragon's Maze Spin Down die. This is the Izzet colored one. Apparently they made 1 for each guild. I only have 2 now because they only have 1 event deck and I only have 1 fat pack, so I don't feel like buying multiples just to collect all the dice. I could just buy the dice separately, I guess. That could work. Alright. Now, this is sort of just like a booster pack right here because it's got 15 cards in it. Let's see how many uncommons, well, probably more uncommons than rares than I'm thinking. So, let me just throw that away. Alright. So we have Druid's Deliverance. 3 of those. It's a green and 1. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn and then populate. Pacifism. We got 4 of those. It's 1 white and 1 to enchant creature, and enchanted creature can't attack or block. Sundering Growth. We got 3 of those. It's a hybrid white-green, so it's double white, double green, or white and green. And you can destroy target artifact or enchantment, then populate. Not bad. Very good for sideboard, of course. Centaur Healer, we have 4 of those. White, green, and 1. It's a 3/3 and 1 enters the battlefield. You gain 3 life. That's pretty good. And Rogue's Passage, land. Tap to add a color to your mana pool, or pay 4 and tap for target creature to be unblockable this turn. Essentially, you want to do that with Grove of the Guardian. I'm assuming here. I'm sure you should definitely replace a couple of Evolving Wilds with a couple of those, assuming you're going to get all your mana drops, which is what Farseek would be for. But there you have it. That is the Dragon's Maze event deck. Unfortunately, there wasn't a Selesnya die in here. That would have been cool, but there's an Izzet one, which it's colors that aren't included, so hey, everything works out. Hope you guys enjoy.